Ah! I have the hotkeys just so that you won't see that part, but I did it in the wrong order. It should be streaming again. Tell me if you can hear me. Yeah. I'm kind of doing more or less the same thing over and over again. Um, oh yeah, you have to watch an ad before you can tell me. You have to refresh it to see me? That sucks. No, that means there's another person. Yeah. Because I'll have times where you're watching and it says 0. So I don't know if it counts yourself in that number. Excellent. I mean, it's also important that you catch it, not just because I don't, not just for viewers, but also because I'm going to record this into a time-lapse video of painting. Do you like the way the clouds look, Jack? Look, I'll turn off and on the layer. Wait, that's the wrong layer. Give me 1 second. See? See the difference? See me turn it off and on? Isn't that great? Do you like the difference? I'm trying to make them more like the reference photo of the clouds. So, there are these super dark areas of the cloud that I don't have in here. Totally could though. I feel like I want these clouds to kind of fade off a little bit. Probably should advertise my stream a little bit better than I do. The first time I told lots of people that I was doing it and I got lots of viewers. Now I don't tell anyone and I really don't get any viewers. So maybe for tomorrow's stream I will mention it. Okay. I think this edge needs to be sharper probably. Sharper edge. Right here. Yeah. Well, it's bounce light though. That shouldn't be as bright as the key light side because it still is a rounded puff area. But I don't want it so dark that it looks like it's the shadow shape on this side. Alright, so I'm going to switch texture brushes to maybe one right here. I watched the part of the demo that I did not yesterday that I was talking about. And they use this brush a lot, which is a brush that has a lot of texture, not just texture, linear texture. And it kind of swoops in because of the pressure, which is a very intense pressure settings. So if I'm very light with it, it's very small, and if I press really hard, it's very large. And I can come in and control it and make some really nice directional shapes with this brush. I'm going to come in probably and try to really make this shape intentional. Like you can see the lines curving up. In real clouds, you don't see this. So that's why I put it on a different layer. So in case I hate this, I can turn it off. But I feel like it's important that I experiment with different ways of drawing these clouds. I feel like this is almost, this linear work is especially important when you're getting into the, interior of the cloud. Because it starts to get really hard to tell what's going on the inside. I think that that's nice. I wish I had a Cintiq because I think that they have a setting where if you rotate your brush, it rotates it on the screen without you having to go back down and adjust it here. Now, that would be super cool, but Cintiqs are like thousands of dollars, so that's not something I'm going to be getting anytime soon. I'm pretty happy still working with Photoshop. It doesn't slow me down too much. Kind of makes me feel like I'm a button presser in WoW, a clicker on my powers. Which I actually did, I think for a short time, leveled with that, with clicking on my powers. I leveled with somebody that knew not to do that, so I got corrected pretty early on. I don't know how long that would have gone, but that's what this feels like a little bit. I don't want to make it too dark, because these lines, they're supposed to sort of look like they're coming from the cloud, not added on top. Not added on top of the cloud, so... This cloud's probably going to get some blue on the inside. Not as much texture, though, as everything else. That's important, because it's farther back. It doesn't get to be as textural. Um, I'm actually having a lot of fun with clouds, more than I thought that I would. It's just kind of nice, because it feels like, feels very creative. I don't know if they look good. I can't look at my own work and honestly say if it looks good or not, but it feels really fun to mess with these cloud shapes. Feels nice. So, makes it feel a little more digital, I think. I don't care if it looks digital. A lot of people like to make their work feel traditional even when they work in digital. But if I want a painting that feels traditional, I'll generally just work in traditional media. My initial foray into painting was an oil painting class. So I do also enjoy painting with oils. Cloud's pretty important too. I shouldn't forget it. Hey, this brush kind of feels like a brush that's been old and the bristles are coming apart a little bit. You're getting these weird lines. I think that's nice. Photoshop actually has a lot of tools to weird textures like that on brush heads. I actually have you can turn photos into, I'm not sure where it ran off to, but you can turn photos of people into brushes, and I have my fiance's face as a brush, which has no real purpose in art, but in my art, but I enjoyed making it. It was really funny. So now I just have a stamp. If I need to just put his face in here in the clouds, I totally could. I'm trying to get the lines to feel like they're wrapping around really specifically. The bottom to feel like the bottom of the cloud. That's why I'm trying to get as few brush strokes in as possible. I don't want this texture brush to be very brushy, very over and over type of shape. I don't want it to feel like I don't have a plan. Might take it really big right here. I'll take it really big. Maybe not that big, but still super big. And I will add some curviness to this. A little bit to hint that it's a similar texture as you go back. And these clouds back here probably need bottoms drawn out like that. Alright, that's a lot more graphic. That kind of looks nice. Let's see it with the dragons. Good. I like it. They feel more, feel a little bit more like clouds. I don't want to add too much line work to it. I feel like it'll get distracting. I do like the way this brush really looks though. It's nice. It's a nice brush. I didn't make these brushes, these texture brushes. I collect brushes from that other people make and then either sell or give away. This one is from the Magic Box course I'm taking, which I mention a lot just because this is what this is for, this drawing is for. And it's a really good online art class thing. It's more like a community. It's a good online art community. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's helping a lot. And they gave me this brush for the cloud lesson. And it's coming in handy. So, let's see. So, probably add a few more lines to the bottom of this cloud. Just because it's, even though it's not in the foreground, it's very fluffy. It's very different. You don't want them to all be the same, but you don't want them to all be completely different in texture. And it's a balancing act. And there's no hard and fast rules. It's kind of just a gut feeling thing. What things should look like. That's why critiques are so hard to give in art. Everybody's gut feeling about something is a little bit different. In my writing class, because I am also a writer, we would talk about how in order to give a good critique, you would first determine what the piece was trying to do. It's not whether you liked it or not, whether you liked what they made. If it was your cup of tea, you just decided what it was trying to do. Like if you looked at this and you were like, they're trying to make an epic sky. It's truly epic. That's their goal. And so once you decided that, you have to look and decide which parts of the piece are making it epic. Which parts are working to make its thesis statement, its goal. Which is working, and which pieces of it aren't doing that, or maybe even detracting from making it epic? Like, are these rocks at the bottom